Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with round 4 of season 2 of our F1 2006 Championship Edition career mode. Yes, we return this weekend here for the San Marino Grand Prix at Imola. Of course, if you missed out on the video that went live towards the end of last week from Albert Park, Australia, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. We survived. We finished a race, which I was pretty happy with early on in the campaign. Michael Schumacher still leads the way, but it was Fernando Alonso who dominated the weekend in Albert Park, so he's leapfrogged his way up into P2. Felipe Massa still in third ahead, Jenson Button and Juan Pablo Montoya in fifth, just ahead of David Coulthard, who it would not surprise me if he didn't score another point all year after that win. We are still 21st in the championship, just ahead now of our teammate Yuji Ide, but hoping that we can jump the likes of Christian Albers and Thiago Montero there. Look at Jarno Trulli down in 18th place in that Toyota. Really not the start to the year that he would have wanted as well there. Ferrari lead the constructors ahead of Renault, Honda and McLaren, who are all pretty close together. And yeah, Red Bull scoring points in those first couple of Grand Prix. They might be able to stay in a pretty good spot come the end of the year there. But yeah, returning to Imola though, I quite like this circuit. We've got a good run of tracks actually coming up. This weekend obviously here, next weekend we're in the Nürburgring as well, which is normally a pretty good track against the AI. So fingers crossed we can get to the checkered flag in another one. Get yourself subscribed if you're new. We're trying to hit 6k subs here on the channel as well. And yeah, I guess let's head out then to the, well, I'm going to keep calling it the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix circuit. It's San Marino, it's Imola, we love it anyway. Let's do this thing.
Welcome to qualifying at the legendary San Marino circuit. Session 1, the first knockout session, is upon us, so without further delay, let's see who survives the first chop and who's relegated to the back of the grid.
Well, heading out then into qualifying here in Imola, I mean, the first 3 tracks on the calendar, that was not the line I wanted. That was not good. Just completely overshot that. Well, I don't want this session to end up just like the one at Albert Park did, but as I was trying to say, yeah, the first 3 circuits on this game, all fairly accurate to real life, you know, considering, again, this game is 20 years old. Oh, no. Imola isn't. All the elevation around here is completely out. Like, when on earth have you known the Gilles Villeneuve chicane to be built on quite a steep hill? There's also a few really bad curves as well around this circuit. Mainly that is the Variante Alta, which just, it feels like one time you'll do it absolutely fine, the next time the car will just immediately come round on you, or the Gilles Villeneuve chicane, as you've just seen as well. But immediately, I've given myself not much time to get laps on the board here, but it is often a track as well that you can be quick against the AI. So we make our way though through those final couple of corners. Of course, still there are a few subtle differences to the modern Imola layout. Of course, this track more formed by, you know, the danger that it brought to Formula 1. So they really did try and do a lot to try and manage the speeds around this circuit. Not inside F1 Championship Edition though, because this first chicane, well, you're down 1 gear, and well, if you're in a better car than this, you can pretty much take those first 3 corners nearly flat out, which is quite impressive. That's it, up in towards second chicane. Yeah, it's it is a very quick venue, but not a particularly geographically accurate one. I'm trying to avoid all the big scary curves around most of this lap, but through here you haven't really got a choice. Oh, and there you go. There's your not a choice. Damn it, man. Again, we are not going to get a lap in qualifying, it would appear, and well, last weekend it was through a bit of bad luck in the rain. This weekend, it's just from me pushing far too hard. I guess the positive is, I was quicker than Yuji Ide in the rain in free practice than he's been able to run there. So hopefully the pace is good as we head into the race.
This is the San Marino Grand Prix coming to you live from the Autodromo Enzo Dino Ferrari. 4.9 kilometres with 17 corners in all, Imola is situated close to Bologna in northern Italy. It's a wonderfully atmospheric circuit named after the late Enzo and his son Dino Ferrari, whose Maranello headquarters are just a short drive away. The Tifosi are here as usual in their thousands, hoping for a Ferrari victory. Pretty much perfect weather conditions for racing here today, so we should see some very competitive lap times during this race. Michael Schumacher will start from pole. Second is Kimi Raikkonen. They're followed by Giancarlo Fisichella in third. Massa fourth. Fifth is Fernando Alonso. Juan Pablo Montoya takes sixth. Button is seventh. Jarno Trulli occupies eighth on the grid.
Well, Michael Schumacher then lining up on the pole position, ready for the Grand Prix today. We still haven't seen any driver win 2 races in a row. That is the goal. I just want to see the checkered flag once again. But yeah, Ferrari, they'll be looking to become our first repeat winners of the year. But yeah, Kimi Raikkonen running up in P2. 4 different teams winning the first 4 Grand Prix. It'll be quite an impressive feat to kickstart the campaign as well. But like I said, for us, the goal today is survival. There's a lot of lethal curbs around this venue. You know, this season, as you guys have said in the comments, is just like trying to move away from Super Aguri, getting a better car, where then hopefully we can start fighting more consistently. You know, I would love to bring a point home for the Japanese outfit, but I think a lot of things are going to have to fall in our place. While getting the tyres up perfectly to temperature, just make sure the ABS traction control is enabled, and why on earth is it facing me at a wall?
Turn up the volume and enjoy. Here we go.
5 red lights.
The race is go, go, go.
Feel like we've done pretty well there.
Michael Schumacher leads out of turn 1. Behind him is Kimi Raikkonen. Next is Fisichella.
Well, are we going to see chaos like we did on lap 1 in Albert Park? I'm just trying to stay out of all the trouble that we possibly can there. Schumacher springing into an early lead, but as we go through the Gilles Villeneuve chicane up in towards Tosa, well, we found a little bit of an avenue down the inside of a couple of cars. Almost into the back of Jacques Villeneuve there, as we'll try and squeeze out Scott Speed on the exit of the corner. But yeah, making up 2 spots then on this opening lap as we get towards the top of the hill. Are we going to get dive bombed again? Yes, we are. Ide there trying to remind everybody as to why Super Aguri need to keep him on. The other issue we've got here is this chicane. The AI will dive bomb you every single time into here. So you can't really ever commit to the corner if there's an AI behind you. Because, yeah, they'll just try and go for it as... Well, trying to cover off Scott Speed that time round, but you can even see how much time we lose to those cars in front. I would like to be not last by the end of lap 1 if possible. Again, just trying to have a look for a move on this. But I mean, yes, some of this circuit obviously unchanged in such a long time now in Formula 1. It's a pretty historic kind of string of asphalt around this venue as well there as well. Through the final chicane, getting a little bit tripped up, but we've moved up 1 spot.
With the first lap completed, the field looks like this. Michael Schumacher leads. Raikkonen is second. Fisichella third. Massa fourth. Alonso is fifth. Jenson Button in 6th. He's up from 7th. Montoya is 7th. He's down from 6th. And Trulli is 8th.
Oh, there we go, lining to the move on Ide. Well, we seem to have the pace up through the Gilles Villeneuve chicane. But yeah, not a lot of movement then towards the front of the order, but that's not to be expected here. Very, very short run in towards turn 1. And everybody, I think after the chaos of Albert Park, yeah, most people just try to behave themselves. Well, we seem to be able to keep in touch with, you know, your Midlands, your Toro Rossos, and even your BMW Saubers here early on in the GP there. I mean, must admit, Midland, they seem to have taken a real step forward this year. Tiago Montero making it into Q2. So we need to try and get a couple of results ahead of them in races early on this season. But I think, again, obviously, the big goal as well is actually just try and beat another car to the checkered flag. I'm still yet to do that, mainly because I've only survived once, and Albert Park was rather lonely. Oh, the Midland, how slow do you want to be through those final couple of corners? We're running quite a lot of fuel as well, so our pace should be worse than these guys right now. We might be able to try and go for an overcut a little bit later on, but trying to get the run then out of that final corner on Christian Albers. It's only a short run back towards turn 1, and that Midland definitely looks like it's just got a little bit more straight line speed than our car. Again, it's just trying to make sure that you get the right line when you're sat behind the car in front. Don't want to then, you know, have a moment where they slow down but you're not expecting it and just go straight into the back of them. This almost happens there. Can we get a run up in towards Tosa? I'm going to have to try and send it down the inside of Albers.
An accident over at Tosa. It's Albers. Well, he's clearly going to have to retire from that incident today. He got involved in that scrape as well. Luckily, he seems to have gone away unscathed.
Well, I mean, we were down the inside. It was a bit clumsy, I'll give it that, but Albers is out of the Grand Prix, and, well, we're back into my usual seat of last. No.
Looks like this.
Oh, that was scary. You just hit that chicane wrong, and it just immediately tips you round. I mean, Charles Leclerc knows that better than most, but we've definitely got the pace over Ide in speed. It's just trying to keep the consistency there. Well, there we go. We've got cars in. We've got cars finally into the pit lane then. So there we go. We're not last temporarily in this GP, despite a little error through that final corner. But yeah, these are the laps we really need to push on then. We know Ide was on much less fuel than me. I've actually tried to go really long in the first half of this race, but I might end up boxing slightly early because the tyre wear is looking fairly high here. Oh no, that's not what I want to hear. I mean, that could potentially work for us if everybody needs to pit again. But we've got 4 laps worth of fuel still in the car. It was the reason why I did go long on the fuel in this Grand Prix, just because I was worried we might see a rain shower before the end. My plan then obviously was just to try and pit basically now at half distance. But I guess we've kind of got to roll the dice, haven't we? We're only really battling with Ide. I think he's going to get jumped by Scott Speed through the pit cycle. Oh no, that's not Scott Speed in the pits. I've got no idea. Oh no, that is Scott Speed. So yeah, UG I think is going to be down towards the back of the field once more. But I mean, yeah, we've just got to pray that we either get some rain soon or we just don't get it at all. Oh, we've got oil down. We've got oil down. No idea where. Please don't say it's in the middle of the final chicane. It probably will be, though. No, my luck. Have we avoided it? Is that it? There it is. There it is. So no idea who that is. But someone is going to be out of the Grand Prix. It might have been a car behind us. Is it Ide? No, Ide's still running. I've got no idea who's out of this race.
No problem. Give me a minute. I'll get back to you.
We are going to have to dive into the pit lane then at the end of this lap, simply because I can't remember whether it's when you hit 0 laps of fuel or whether, obviously, you still have a lap's worth of fuel when it gets down to 0. So I'm just not going to risk it. We're going to dive into the pits at the end of this one. There we go. I can just afford to floor it on the way in. And please say the team are doing something. I think I can see some pit crew down the far end. Are they out there to sort us out? Are they out there to service us? I don't think they are. No, I gave them so much time to be ready, so we've just done a drive-through penalty for no reason. I love that, and now we might run out of fuel as well. What on earth is that? I told the team, I requested the call, and they've just had nothing to do with it. So, well, that has absolutely screwed us in. I keep spamming the pit request button, and they're just not doing anything with it. What on earth is this? Yeah, there we go. That's going to be a slowdown as well. Yeah, why not, eh? I'm pressing the buttons so much, and it's just not working.
Fisichella is second. Massa is third. Fourth is Alonso. Kimi Raikkonen fifth. Montoya sixth. Seventh is Button. And Trulli is eighth.
Right, please. You've got to give me a pit stop this time. Otherwise, I mean, we're basically out of it. I'm requesting it. I'm spamming the button. And they're just not doing anything with it. Why won't our engineer come back to me? I'm holding it. It's just not doing anything. What on earth is this game, man? Come on. Come on. We've got no other choice. I've got to pit. What is this? This happened to be the first time around I played this game as well. It just sometimes will not put through a pit request. And I have no idea why. We're going to have to try one more lap and just keep spamming it. We might run out of fuel. I've just got no idea. I mean, I'm holding the button down on the straights.
Pit request acknowledged.
Finally! Why wouldn't you do that last lap? There we go.
Crew's ready and waiting for you this lap. Come in this lap.
So unbelievably stupid. I don't know whether it just won't let you do it on an out lap. I'm just trying to get back round to the pit lane before Michael Schumacher inevitably dive bombs me, but I think that's going to happen right now. So I'm just not going to worry about it into the chicane. See, that time around, he actually played it fairly safe there. But I mean, look at these tyres. They are absolutely wrecked right now. And because of that effective drive-through, we've basically lost an entire pit stop to our teammate Yuji Ide, and I genuinely feel like we would have had the pace over him today. Are we going to run out of fuel, though, before we get back to the line? Yes, we are. Can we just coast in still? I've got no idea. No, we can't. We definitely would have been able to roll down to our box there, and we are out of this Grand Prix through no fault of my own.
And that concludes the first European race of the season. San Marino has played host to many great races over the years, and this has been no exception. It just remains for me to say goodbye and just remind you that we'll be back in 14 days' time at the Nürburgring in Germany for the European Grand Prix. Thank you and goodbye.
Well, I mean, this weekend really did feel like a comedy of errors in the end, but looking at your podium, Ferrari won 2 and an Italian joining them there. I think the home fans will be very, very happy with that one there. Coulthard, oh, both Midlands actually. I didn't realise Montero had dropped out of the Grand Prix before me. So yeah, 4 of us failing to see the checkered flag when all is said and done. That means Schumacher now with a 6-point lead at the top of the table ahead of ahead of Massa and Alonso. Giancarlo Fisichella and Kimi Raikkonen both move their way up the order as well ahead of Barrichello. Jarno Trulli gets his first point on the board. And we are still ahead of Yuji Ide as well there. Constructors-wise, Ferrari now dominating. 23 clear of Renault. Honda and McLaren tied ahead of Red Bull, with Toyota getting now ahead of Williams as well there. And still just Toro Rosso, Midland and Super Aguri and BMW Sauber left to score. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon ready for the European Grand Prix.